had this idea to paint Monet's Water Lilies with my favorite Sennelier oil pastels for a while now. There's something about his world, the way his paintings feel like a half-remembered dream that always calls to me when the seasons start to change. Before I start painting, I like to look through his masterpieces and look at the brush strokes and colors he chose first. I love to see the world from his perspective and then try to reinvent it in my own style. Monet composed in color. He advised artists to forget the scene in front of them and instead think here is a little square of blue, here an oblong of pink. Isn't it so interesting? So today I'm finally picking up my Sennelier oil pastels to try and capture a bit of that magic. If you've used Sennelier before, you know they are famously creamy, almost like lipstick. They are beautiful, but they can be incredibly messy if you aren't careful. So before I even touch the actual painting, I have this little ritual. I like to prime the sticks by trying them out and then wiping the tips. I've found that over time, pastels can pick up dust or stray pigments from the other colors. By wiping them down first, I'm ensuring that the first stroke of spring green or rose pink is as pure as possible. It's a small step, but it saves me so much frustration later on. I've tried many brands, but Sennelier has a very specific way to it. These were actually originally developed for Picasso, and you can feel that history in the pigment load. They don't require much pressure at all. The lightest touch leaves a thick, pastel-like trail. For a Monet-inspired piece, that texture is everything. One thing to keep in mind with this set is that because they never truly dry or hard set, the blending is infinite, like absolutely amazing. That's a dream for Impressionists, where you want those soft hazy edges. I'm really happy with this selection. It feels balanced, moving from deep, moody shadows to those bright, airy highlights that makes the painting amazing and beautiful. Starting the actual piece is always the most daunting and exciting part. I'm beginning with a quick sketch first. Following Monet's lead, I'm not looking for detailed objects yet. I'm looking for shapes of light, and using the side of the pastel to block in large areas of blue and green, keeping my touch very light. One thing I've learned over the last 8 years of painting is that you have to trust the ugly stage. With oil pastels, everything looks a bit chaotic at first, but because these Senneliers are so buttery, I can actually use them like a brush. I love art as well as nature and natural elements and fairy tales and myths. I was really inspired by paintings and stories I read. Nymphs are nature souls. They are typically tied to a specific nature or trees. As I was looking through Monet's paintings of nature, I felt like these natures are really looking like where fairies could live. So I just felt really inspired to make a painting based on all of that ideas. Let's take a break and go to nature for some inspiration. I'm moving into the lily pads now. It's important to remember that perspective in these water landscapes is created by scale and saturation. The pads in the distance are smaller and slightly more muted, while the ones in the foreground get these thick pastel strokes of color. People often ask me why I dedicate so much of my life to painting, especially when it's so easy to get caught up in the grind of daily life. For me, painting isn't just about the finished piece. It's about the permission to escape. When I'm working on a piece like this, I'm not just sitting at my desk. I'm listening to a specific playlist or watching a film that transports me right into that scene. I'm essentially choosing to live in a different world for a few hours. I think I've always been drawn to this because of my background in architecture. I actually studied architecture. I love the theory of it, the big, limitless dreams of designing creative observatory or grand museums with no limits in creativity. But the reality of working in an office means repeating the same square walls day after day. I wasn't happy working as an architecture in an office because, there were no room for that creative spark. It felt like, small. Sometimes I feel like I was born in the wrong century. I would have thrived in the Renaissance, where the walls were meant to be canvases and architecture was a grand living art form. But painting gives me that Renaissance freedom back. It's my way of designing a world that has no limits. And I'm so happy you're here to escape into it with me today. I wasn't so happy with the tree, so I'm painting it again. I love how pigmented these colors are. Just look at how blue shines on the black background. I'm not sure it's okay to paint with the fingers when the colors are okay to touch or not, but I can't paint and I can't touch the vibe without really touching it with my fingers. Since these pastels are so soft, if I press too hard, I'll just pick up the colors from underneath. Instead, I'm using Posca pens for highlights. This creates the 3D texture that makes the flowers pop off the page. I recently found these markers and they're incredibly easy to paint the details with, but there is a problem with them. Using them on oil pastels is a bit harder and the paint doesn't come out so well, but I think there's no other choice because painting tiny details with these oil pastels are a bit challenging. If you have any better ideas, I'd love to know and will use your tips for my future paintings. There are no strict rules here, just an emotional response to color and light. Looking at the almost finished study, I think I'm really satisfied with the vibrancy of the colors. The oil pastels really did justice to that Monet inspiration, and the Posca pens are like cherry on top. It's a reminder that even when we're dreaming of big complex projects, these small studies are what keep our creative spirits alive. I hope this encourages you to grab whatever medium you've been saving for a special occasion and just use it today. Whether it's a high-end pastels or a simple sketchbook, the act of creating something purely for the sake of beauty is never a waste of time. It's a step forward in your own journey, just as this was for mine. Thank you so much for spending time with me. If you enjoyed this process or have questions about anything about using oil pastels for landscapes or anything else, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about what you're working on. I hope to see you in my next art video. Bye for now.